what we see and we talk about here, throwing tea bags into the Potomac and in San Diego Bay. Taxation without representation. We have representation.
They don't represent me.
Thank you very much. They do not represent us. I mean, just look what's gone on in the last year. I have some notes. I have a speech to read too. We have the Bush stimulus. Now you're gonna have to do some mental arithmetic as it goes along. We have the Bush stimulus. How much was that? $165 billion. All right. Remember when we all got our $300, $600 checks? Then we had the TARP. There were $700 billion. Then we just had the recently passed stimulus bill, $787 billion without interest. What was that followed on last week? The mortgage bailout. There's another $75 billion. Then we have the omnibus bill, which was just passed, $410 billion. And that only takes us from March, next month, through the end of the current fiscal year in September. $410 billion without interest. Then we have the new fiscal year budget that President Obama just submitted. Somewhere, depending upon how you want to do the math, $3.5 to $4 trillion. Where's this money coming from? You know, basically it's generational theft. It's taking money out of your children, your grandchildren, and your great-great-grandchildren's pockets. For 2009 alone, calendar year 2009 alone, we have a deficit right now of $1.75 trillion. The numbers are staggering. It's overwhelming. It's hard to keep track. It's not like
Say no more. Say no more. No more. Can you say no more? No more. Say no more. Say we're not going to take it. Say no. No more. She's scared.
You look good.
Say you're doing good. Say I'm just scared. Say no more. Say really loud. Say no more.
I just have to ask you this morning, how does it feel to be exercising your First Amendment rights to free speech? Now, I gotta say for me, it's a little bit strange. I'm used to being an economic, responsible producer, not an agitator. But I'm really jazzed and happy to be with you, other patriots like myself today. Capitalism! Okay. Now, I want to spend a little time this morning talking about another aspect of the First Amendment, and one I think is directly responsible for bringing us here today, and that is the free press. Our founding fathers, when they put together the First Amendment, recognized that a capitalistic democracy was best served by a free, fair, and functional press. The problem we have is with pamphlet journalists. Now, my father was a Pulitzer Prize winner, wrote for the Detroit Free Press, won a Pulitzer Prize in 1968 for the Detroit riots. And he taught me, Leslie, you're right, you stick to the basics. Those basics: who, what, where, when, why, and how. And you write it, and you let the people make the decision based on the information you get. You don't put your judgment on it, you don't put your spin on it. News, cold, hard, and what we need to make a democracy work. Well, tablet journalisms only just really promote the real view. And let me give you a couple of examples. Business, bad. Big government, good. Budget cuts, bad. Spending, good. And common sense, oh, bad. Compassion, good. So that's the kind of thing you get with a template journalist. And speaking of a template journalist, our delightful Tea Party hostess, Dawn Wilded, actually had an experience with a template journalist yesterday I want to share with you. Does anybody remember Graham Ledger? KFMB anchored for a number of years, until apparently apparently he went AWOL in 2004. He gave our dear lovely Dawn a call yesterday, and he just hit her with a few very interesting chestnuts I want to share with you this morning. First of all, he said our Tea Party revolt was disorganized and incoherent. So, I guess that may be true. After all, we are economically responsible producers, not agitators. But I kind of like our handmade signs. Next, he blames Republicans for the entire economic mess we're in. Now, I gotta say, and I am a Republican, though I'm a capitalist first, that everybody is covered with shame in this particular case. So, Graham is going to blame the Republicans and give people like the Democrat Senator Chris Todd, who got sweetheart deals from a mortgage company, a pass. And that's the kind of template journalism that is really destructive to us. But finally, perhaps the most charming thing he said we would be ignored by the media because he was the media in San Diego. Well, Graham, I got a breaking news headline for you. We are now the media in San Diego.
You know what the border's really like? We'll take them to TJ at night. You want a beer, Mr. Obama? We got you a beer.
Bigger than you are. Good.
Don't you worry as you flaunt your creed. The feds will print you all the money you need. The president got elected by promise and change. Right now it's looking like more of the same. It's sad to see all the rules he relaxes. This cabinet has a way of not paying taxes. You work 60 years, and what do you get? A 401k that's drowning in debt. Say Pelosi, don't you worry as you flaunt your creed. The feds will print you all the money you need.